Hey guys, I'm here in my kitchen again. I just wanted to follow up with those questions that I posed to you to see if you can figure out what type of gas law is applied to the scenarios. So if you're thinking back at your notes, all gas laws deal with three factors: temperature, pressure, and volume. Depending on which of these is a constant will determine what law it is. So if your temperature is your constant, you're using Boyle's law. If pressure is your constant, you're using Charles' law. And if volume is your constant, you're using Guy-Lussac's law. So the easiest way to determine what type of law it is actually to figure out the constant. So if I'm looking at my Dr. Pepper experiment where I inverted a can of hot water into a bath of cold water and the can imploded, think about what never changed. So in this case, our temperature did change because we went from hot to cold. So now you're dealing with either pressure or volume. So we had just a little less than half of the can filled with water. And when I flipped it over, it was quick enough that the water did not actually spill out into here. It remained inside the can. So your constant is actually volume. So if my constant is volume, we utilized Guy-Lussac's law. Now, when you increased the temperature inside the can, you had an increase in pressure with all of the gas molecules that were building up, going from liquid to gas. So when you cooled off the can very quickly, you actually started to release that pressure. It started going from a gas back to a liquid state. So the decrease in the pressure on the inside made it so that the pressure on the outside was greater and caused the can to implode. The second scenario that we did was the marshmallow inside of the syringe, where you pulled out the syringe. That's my thumb, by the way, or I guess my finger. You pulled out the syringe and the marshmallow actually increased in size. When you pushed it back in, the marshmallow shrank. So looking at this scenario, I have to determine which of the three factors would be my constant. Well, the volume of the marshmallow did change. So the constant was not volume. We did change the pressure by pushing in and pulling out the syringe. So what would have been constant is your temperature, which means the scenario is Boyle's law. So of the two scenarios, I'm curious which ones you actually got correct. There's going to be one more scenario posted onto eClass that I want you to take a look at. And once you are finished, I'm actually going to host a Zoom session. You'll find that information also on eClass in case you have any questions or you want to go over other scenarios.